Afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's session on the quick review series for BDS third year students. You can look forward to some quick study tips and guidance on preparing for your exams here. I'm Priyanka Jain from the marketing team of Elsevier, and together with my colleague Shruti, we will be moderating the session today. So, before we start the session, I would like to quickly lay out some rules here. First of all of you are on mute by default, and no one will be able to unmute yourself during the entire course of this session. So, in case there is any concern or if you want to ask any question, then please write it only in the Q&A tab that is seen at the bottom panel of your screen. So, whatever queries we receive, we and Dr. Rao, we will answer your queries during the Q&A session that will be at the end of the presentation today. So, with this, let me first introduce our speaker to you, Dr. Jyotsna Rao. Dr. Rao is a senior faculty and founder director of SRS Dental Exams Academy, Bengaluru. Earlier, she was a professor in the Department of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery, the Oxford Dental College Hospital and Research Centre, Bengaluru. She has done her BDS and MDS from Government Dental College and Hospital, Hyderabad. She has completed her PG diploma in oral implantology from Manipal Academy of Higher Education and obtained fellowship in oral implantology from Indian Society of Oral Implantology. Dr. Rao has immense experience in teaching UG and PG students, and she keeps herself actively involved in exploring innovative and practical ways of coaching the budding professionals for various state and national level postgraduate entrance examinations. So I am sure all of you will be benefited from this session today. With this, I hand it over to Dr. Rao to start the session. Welcome, Dr. Rao.
Thank you so much for your kind words of introduction, Priyanka. It's a really good initiative from the Elsevier. I thank Elsevier for giving me this opportunity to present some tips and tricks for you to prepare to the third video examination. And I welcome all the viewers to this session. Good evening, one and all. We'll just start with it's a simple exam preparation. It's simple exam. It's nothing like a grade. Exam is very simple. If I say that, maybe you are wondering what ma'am is telling. Examinations is really very simple if you know the ways to get out of it. I mean, like how to prepare is a key point in successfully coming out of the examination. And one more thing, exams, I mean, like they're very crucial in every student life. They decide whether you pass or fail, or you're going to be promoted to the next year or not. That's all fine. It's only for a short moment, like okay, fine, I'm going from third year to final year. It gives a kick. But I'll tell you, every day is an examination in the life of the dental surgeons or the medical practitioners, and like all the doctors, I say. So how exactly? Daily is an examination because every day you see the new cases, new patients, and a lot of queries from the patients. So there your Viva examiners. So this exam preparation not only suffices for your just putting something on your answer sheets in the examination, but you carry all these steps throughout your life so that it will be helpful until you practice. So here we go about the examination. Have you heard any time somebody failing in exam says that, oh, I have not prepared well, I have not presented well? No, never they say that. Every time they say, it's my bad luck, it was a bad time. Oh, something like that. But they never reveal, like the preparation was not good, the attempt was not properly done, something like that, nobody talks. So it's not like that. Always you have the study should be in an oriented way. From the beginning of the course till the examination, you have to have a proper plan. Always planning is very essential for anything, whatever we do in the life. So especially coming to the third year, what are the subjects we come across in the third year? Only 3 subjects are there for the final, third video. What are the 3 subjects? It is general medicine, general surgery, and oral pathology. Here you can see why general medicine and general surgery are included in the course of the dentistry. Fine. When you see the patient as a total human being. It's not only the oral cavity. So whatever implications we see in the oral cavity, sometimes the oral examination, it is going to be the mirror of the total health of the body. You can identify a lot of diseases once you look into the oral cavity. That is the importance for which general medicine, general surgery are included in the third BDS curriculum. And you don't look down at them. Usually people say when we are posted for the medicine surgery, this is not required for you, that is not required for you. Most of the medicine surgery professors keep saying like that. But that is not true. You have to study it properly so that in total when you treat a patient, you will be a complete doctor. Dental surgeon means it sounds something different, but you're a complete doctor if you have the full knowledge of the medicine surgery with you. When how much ever it is applicable, we have to grasp the full knowledge of it, whether it is for exam or whether it is for the application in the day-to-day practice. So medicine, surgery, oral pathology. There is no need to say oral pathology forms the major part of the all of us will be just jumping into oral pathology. Whenever we get the time, we feel like reading Schaeffer or Neville, whatever you choose. But usually Schaeffer goes like a Bible in the hands of the people. Okay, so oral pathology is a major chunk of subject in the third year, but equally you have to give importance to medicine and surgery also. You might be thinking, why man is stressing humans? See, might be till today, people might be taking like, hey, the medical subject will pass me someone. Not like that. You learn something. You try to listen to the heart sounds. You try to see the systemic conditions. I mean, like in what way they impact on our regular practice. That also you learn there. And when you are posted in the surgery and the medicine, you better learn how to give the injections, everything. You don't feel low, like one nurse has to do, why I have to do. No. You learn an ID, you learn an IM, everything there. It's a real good ground for you to prepare. Even the best cricketers will practice, they do a leg practice. Why? Because they have to excel in their sport. Same like that. You get a good training when you are posted for the medical subject. It helps you lifelong, I say. Any emergencies in the dental clinic, you can easily combat if you have the knowledge of this. So, fine. That is in general application of the three subjects: general medicine, general surgery, oral pathology. All the three are equally important for you to cross the examination. So, what are the steps in exam preparation? Especially when we go with the exam, you have to have a proper plan. Whether you choose to have a time with you like a small time, I mean like say 10-20 days, or you have some 2 to 3 months. It's a good time. 2 to 3 months is enough for anybody to pass the exam with a good flying colors, I think. So first, proper planning of the preparation, then procuring syllabus. Why syllabus is important? Because first of all, you have to know what is there in what. Because all the three will have some subjects, I mean like some topics which are common, or like you should know how much to know in each subject. So first procure the syllabus of each subject. Later, you know what is the importance of keeping syllabus in front of you. I'll tell you how exactly it helps you. Next, knowing the pattern of exam papers. See, question paper pattern is different in little bit different universities, but how much is the difference? The difference is very quite small. In some places it is given for 70 marks, in some places they give it for the 100 marks. Maybe like always long questions are given 10 marks, short essays are given 5 marks, and the short notes are given 2 marks or 3 marks maybe. Based on that, the pattern you see, and so that you can plan the time when you are attempting. So that is the importance of knowing the pattern of the question paper. Then choosing the correct books or study material. What do you mean by choosing correct books or study material? What are the correct books? Yes, you just find out from the college, like in your lecturers or seniors, what are the common books they go about in the college, or what are the normal common books which are suggested for this particular subject. Okay, so choosing correct books also very, very important. In the beginning, you have to choose the correct textbook. In the ending, you have to choose correct review materials and quick review series like ours or like any class running notes, something like that. Some good study material which is very short and sweet, and to quickly review that material so that it just brushes up all your previous knowledge. But in the beginning of the course, you better go with all the standard books which are necessary for each subject. Then comes in the planning. First step comes with the time planning. For any work, I say, not only for exam, time planning is very important because you have enormous work to do, but the time is limited. So always first thing you have to prioritize is the time planning. So how you have to choose the time. Then comes perfect combination of overlapping topics in 3 subjects. Till date, I don't know how many have given the attention to observe general medicine, surgery, and pathology. Subjects carry some common topics. Have you ever noticed it? If not, just go to the contents of the table of contents of the book and just compare. Yes, what is this? combination of the overlapping topics. Overlapping topics is nothing but like whatever it comes in the medicine, it comes in surgery, it comes in oral pathology also. In oral pathology, what happens? Only we deal with the oral symptoms of that particular systemic disease. Whereas in medicine surgery, you'll have the same thing. If it is a hematological disease, it shows up the same clinical features, same signs and symptoms both in medicine and surgery. So there comes choosing a proper overlapping topic. This conserves your time. Again, this is related to time planning. Here, what you can do, you can club the topic so that you can save some time in that. Then comes the common textbooks to be used. You have to just find out from your concerned teachers or the professors who teach you, or as such, there are certain common textbooks which are commonly used for each subject that you have to procure in the beginning. And quick revision material lasts 2 to 3 months or like some 10, 20 days also enough sometimes. So quick revision material is meant for last part of the exam preparatory period. And this is all about the theory exam. Theory exam you have to clear separately, and practical exam you have to pass separately. So exam contains 2 sections. One is theory, the other one is the practical. So practical exam preparation, it also requires some orientation while you are being posted in the department or while you are studying your study material. You should give little bit attention towards the practical preparation also. So that will make your practical exam very easy. When you are posted itself, you give the concentration of the attention towards what type of cases are daily dealt in the medicine surgery, and like what are the specimens they keep in the exams for these 2 departments, and then in the oral pathology, what are the slides they are going to show. Because every, like practical day, you'll be seeing some few slides. So when you are seeing only, you can keep some landmark, some key points to remember, like, okay, this slide, this is the orientation of this slide, this is how I have seen this particular disease. So these are the points you have to give a little attention while you are doing in the class itself. So it will become very easy when you prepare for the practical exam. So this is the proper planning of exam. One is time planning, next clubbing of the subjects so that even the time is also conserved there, and choosing the right textbook, choosing the right revision material or your class notes assemblance, and then practical exam preparation by giving attention to daily the task what you do in the clinic. That is what for your posted. From the 3rd year, you are entering the clinic. So that is the first year when you start entering the clinic. The first clinic what we enter are medical clinics, general surgery, and medicine departments are the first departments we step in. General medicine will introduce us to the patients, like how we have to combat with the patients, how to take the case history, and like it gives you a live experience. Till 1st and 2nd year, you are only purely dealing with your textbooks. It is all called pre-clinical. Means before entering the clinic, you have to gain the knowledge of the 1st and 2nd year subjects. So once you have little base of it, you are entering the clinic. So the 3rd year comes into the clinical posting. So first clinic, what you enter is the medicine, surgery. When you enter surgery, you learn a lot of things there. What is sterilization, like how you have to deal with the operative sites and all those things, how you have to prepare the patient for the operations and all those things. So this knowledge again will be applied to you when you go to the oral maxillofacial surgery department in the dental clinical posting. So this is really all these principles from the day one of you enter the clinical subject. You start learning all the habits which have to be inculcated while you are tomorrow practicing also. So these are very crucial moments in your life. Crucial step, the first step, to learn how to deal with the patient, how to prepare the patient, and how to package the instruments, like how to sterilize them, how to keep them sterilized, and like what is the importance of this sterilization of protocols. Everything you learn there. Scrubbing yourself, because you also should be sterile. Your hands should be very sterile when you are touching a patient. Okay, all these are very, very important. That is the reason we are posted for the surgery. So proper planning of examination, side by side, proper planning for your lifetime practice also. I'm just touching on that point because it will be helpful throughout the practice. Okay. So proper planning of exam, you have planned the time, you have chosen the right combination of the subject, you have picked up the right books with you and right revision material, and you have prepared one small step of preparation towards the practical exam also. So all this should be helping you to go about with the exam fearlessly and with a lot of courage. The first thing is fearlessness. Once you are attempting exam, there should not be any fear, because if you learn the subject, there is no question of fear. So what we have to fear? Only for the presentation of the paper, right? So proper planning of exam is good. So time planning. I've been telling you time. What is this time? Time planning. Why we have to plan the time? See, there are some prescribed syllabus. Syllabus, it is, I mean, like a limited course they'll give us. So some say 15, 20 topics in the medicine surgery, and then some 20 topics are there in the shaper textbook, 21 topics. In that, one or two will be lab procedures, forensic, this thing. So some topics will be like little bit less weightage, and others are of the, I mean, like greater application. So based on that, first you calculate how many topics you are going to study. So accordingly, if you have 3 to 4 months with you, say normal textbook of oral, I mean like the surgery and the medicine, usually important topics will be around 15 like that. So 15 there are 30 subjects about the medicine surgery and 20 topics of the pure importance in the oral pathology. So around 50 topics you have with you. You have 3 months time. 3 to 4 months time means 3 months is 90 days. So 3 to 4 months around say 100 days are with you. So 100 days, 50 topics. What a leisure. You will see all this, I mean, like getting evaporated in the final year because 8 subjects and you have 100 days. Do you imagine how much it will be? There will be some so many topics, 100 topics, 100 days. How you can treat? So this is much better. Like it is a cool preparation, I tell you. So you have some 50 topics with you, 100 days with you. You do one topic in 2 days. 2 days for one topic, and with the combination, how beautifully you can finish the preparation. You will be thorough and nicely thorough. So that is leisure preparation, right? You have nicely time passed. You don't have time with you. Oh God, only 15 days is left, 10 days is left by my exam. No issues, you'll pass. What is the criteria of exam? Passing. Why the exam? You have to pass exam, go to the next year. That's a gate pass for the entering final year. That's all. So if you think that way, you go with a quick preparation. Duration 10-15 days you have with you. All the subjects put together every day. Try to cover 3 to 5 subjects per day. Even then you will be clearing your exam. So this is time planning, leisure planning, quick rush of planning. So whatever you want to choose according to your choice, you can go about it. But at the end, you have to pass. That's yours and mine criteria. For me to conduct this webinar is to make you pass. For you to listen to this webinar is to pass. So next, choosing subjects. So first you do, because you are a beginner, now I can tell because I have read this topic 100 times. So I know which subject contains what topic, what will be overlapping, because I'll have a quick idea, but you will not be having so much quick idea until unless you keep the 3 content tables with you. So first keep a general medicine and the pathology content with you. Just compare what are the topics you can see in common. Okay, then pathology, surgery, pathology. Then keep all the 3 contents together and see how many topics will have common in all the 3 subjects. You will be like wondering, oh God, so much of reduction I can do. Fine, whatever I told you, no time. Still you have still more time with you. When you class like this one, even that topic's time also is gaining in your pocket. So this is the way you have to club and read, because you may not be having so much of the idea, but start inculcating this idea now. It will be helpful for the final year. Final year, you will be under lots of pressure, I say, because 8 subjects, 12 months in that, 1 month goes for holidays like that, 10 months like that will be left with you in that doctor posting, guard this. You will not have the time. 8 months, 8 subjects. Is it a joke to read the complete subject in a month? No. If you cultivate this habit of combining topics and studying, you will have an awesome time with you. So that is the idea why I always tell study the subject in combination. See, this is I tell you, this is how you have to club. Club. Don't club whatever you like. Club whatever matches them. See, clubbing in a sense, oh, this is easy, that is a small topic, I'll club this. No, not like that. You can't club the topics which are easy for you. You have to club the topics which have a common theory with both of them. Both are equally common topics. You have to combine them. So general medicine and oral pathology, when it comes, hematology. What is hematology? It is concerned with the blood. Blood forming organs, blood related diseases, all those things will be dealt in the hematology of medicine. Same way, diseases of blood and blood forming organs is dealt in the oral pathology. Because what happens, all these anemias and all those things, first you will be identifying either by examining the conjunctiva or like the oral cavity. By examining the tongue, oral mucosa and all, you will get to know the signs and symptoms will be seen in the oral cavity also. So diseases of blood and blood forming organs, that is the reason they are in the oral pathology syllabus. So hematology of the medicine diseases of blood and blood forming organs of oral pathology. They go hand in hand. And then comes endocrine metabolic diseases and oral aspects of metabolic diseases. They go hand in hand. And then endocrine metabolism, all your pituitary, thyroid, parathyroid, all these glands, their mechanisms, secretions, and all those things, the difficulty in their, their related diseases to those organs are weight in medicine. Same thing, the oral aspects and the oral implication of the same hormones or like same endocrine glands will be dealt with in the oral aspects of the metabolic diseases. In the same way, immunological factors in diseases like anaphylaxis and the drug allergy. And same, the topic allergic and immunological diseases of oral cavity also is the same. Some allergies will be manifested in the tongue, lips, everything. So, oral cavity is also a site for the exhibiting the allergic symptoms and all those things. And it is very, very important for you to ask the history of the drug allergy, food allergy, or any type of the materials, what they are allergic to. Because sometimes even the prosthodontic materials also they will be allergic to alginate also. So you have to be very careful in asking allergic history. That is where the implication of this immunological factors in the diseases. Anaphylaxis, drug allergy is important for us in that way. So same way, allergic immunological diseases of oral cavity. So this is the implication. So this is how the subject goes hand in hand. And diseases of the connective tissue, bone, joint, also the same diseases you'll have. But in the oral pathology, diseases of bone and joint pertaining to the maxilla, mandible, and orofacial region. So they go very well. When you are reading in general, just a part of it which is applicable to head and neck is an application in oral pathology. So now, when it comes to general medicine and the oral pathology, you are combining hematology, endocrine and metabolic diseases, immunological factors and diseases, that is anaphylaxis and drug allergy, and diseases of connective tissue, bone and joints. These are the topics which are full, like about 50% are answered, like it will be like clubbing very, very well. So there, as you finish in one go, you are spared with your 1 week days of the time. I told you, each topic you can take 2 days to read. So that way, you will be conserving about weekdays, 7 to 8 days, you will get off here only. So that is the time planning implication in clubbing of the subject. So next go with general surgery and oral pathology. There are some topics which are common in all the three. We'll get back and get to that in the next slide. Now you see cystic tumors of neck swellings and all these things. All the cyst tumors related to the necks and all this. In the general surgery also, they teach us that much only because as the application to the dental surgeons, they will be dealing only that much. And same thing, cystic tumors of odontogenic origin, what you read in the oral pathology also, almost they are same. A little bit extra will be studied in the general surgery, that's all. And diseases of oral cavity, mouth, tongue, and the ulcers, tumors, carcinomas, all those things will be dealt in the general surgery also. And same thing is dealt in the benign malignant tumors of oral cavity in the oral pathology. So all the malignant lesions, whatever you study, you can see in the oral path. And diseases of salivary glands or tumors of salivary glands of oral pathology. Here, a little bit extra diseases you will see in the general surgery. When it comes to the oral pathology part, maybe 1 or 2 of them are included there. The tumors of salivary glands, they go very well hand in hand. Then bacterial infections and transmissible viral infections is a combined topic in general surgery. When it comes to oral pathology, they have divided as the bacterial infections, viral infections, and fungal or the mycotic infections. So these 3 topics together, you can see in the bacterial infections and transmissible viral infections of the general surgery. So they go hand in hand. Next comes anomalies of development of the face. Cleft lip and palate is a common thing what we deal with. And development and disturbances of oral and para-oral structures also include cleft lip and palate. I'll tell you, just remember cleft lip palate along with you until you pass your final year examination. I'm not joking. I'm just telling you how it will be implicated in the final year also. You carry this with you. You will be studying it again in the pediatric dentistry, that is periodontics. You will read it in the oral medicine diagnosis, radiology, and like next comes the oral maxillofacial surgery. Then you read you deal with the treatment part of this. So don't forget this topic. Anomalies of dental development of the face, cleft lip palate will be carried with you till you pass your final year exam. All the 3 subjects there also. As I'm telling you, clubbing. You start thinking, you start seeing your subjects in the clubbing way, it becomes really very, very easy for you to remember the subject and you start loving the subject. Instead of next time you waiting to prepare exams, you start preparing to deal with the clinical practice. Like that's really, it has to go with you for your lifetime, right? So this exam ends with your final year, but that exam will never end until you end your practice. So cleft lip palate, you remember me, till cleft lip palate gets over for you in the syllabus in the final year. I'm not joking, it's really true. And thyroid and parathyroid gland, the oral aspects of metabolic diseases. Here only two things they have done, two glands only in the general surgery. When it comes to oral pathology, oral aspects of all the endocrine glands are going to be there, and the metabolic diseases, oral aspects is there. So common topics are here around half a dozen topics you have got me, 10 to 12 days of save here. So tumors of the neck swelling, diseases of the oral cavity, that is carcinomas and all the malignant conditions, and diseases of salivary glands, bacterial infections, viral infections, anomalies of development of the face, especially cleft lip and palate, thyroid, parathyroid glands. These are the topics, they are implied even in the oral pathology. So now, how many topics in common? So last general medicine, you had some 4-5 topics there, you had some 8 days saved over there, and here you have 6 topics, 12 days are saved over here. So 12 plus 8, some 20 days are saved for you by clubbing this chapters, and that you can use for the revision if you are going with the leisure preparation. If not, in the 20 days available for your preparation, this will be done very easily. So that is time planning. And now I'll tell you, all the 3 subjects have got some common topics. Hematology, you remember this I told you in the medicine and pathology combination. So hematology, hemorrhage and shock, surgery and oral pathology combination, and diseases of the blood and blood forming organs. So you club off hematology, hemorrhage and shock, diseases of blood and blood forming organs in all the 3 subjects. A little variation, but usually you complete. In total, you can complete at one go, I think. Then endocrine metabolic diseases of the medicine with the thyroid, parathyroid glands of the general surgery, and you club it with the oral aspects of metabolic diseases in the oral pathology. Now you are clubbing 3 subjects, like 3 subjects, one topic. Okay, and next comes infectious diseases. Infectious diseases, I told you, bacterial viral infections, or bacterial and viral in case of the surgery release, and bacterial viral and the fungal infections or mycotic infections in the oral cavity of the oral pathology subject. So now you are done with hematology, endocrinology, and then infectious diseases. So 3 topics. Surely for all the 3 subjects, if you read one question, if they are covered also, you are done with some 10-15 marks there also. So clubbing 2 subjects together, clubbing 3 subjects together, and seeing the subject as one go. And all this you remember with you. Don't just try to forget all this as your 3rd year exam rules. Just carry this knowledge with you. Start integrating in the final year subject. It will be awesome preparation. From the day one, you start looking at the subject in the same way. You start loving each subject, I think. Next comes good books. What are good books? Yes, whatever book we love, it is a good book. Not like that. There are some common textbooks, so which are meant for different subjects. So here we come Davidson for the medicine, and then Schaefer, Medal for the oral pathology. Likewise, we have the standard books for the surgery also. So these are the standard textbooks. George Matthew also is there for the medicine, and that is little bit easy made when compared to Davidson. So it will be easy. And Hutchinson's practical medicine. Again, when you go to the clinical side, you have other books also. So you have to have all these common textbooks with you in the beginning of the year, I think. Next comes good quick revision material. If you ask me, I'll tell my book. It's not wrong. I have compiled a good answers for these questions from all the standard textbooks. And I promise you, like if you're reading this book, definitely you're sure to pass. Pass is not a great thing. Anybody, everybody will pass. If you're passing this attempt, the others will pass in the next attempt. It's not a great question, but the great idea of this seminar is to make you read the subject while loving the subject and remember it throughout your lifetime. So you're really a wonderful doctor serving the patient throughout your lifetime, I think. So common textbook, good quick revision book, and then comes the small study material. Whatever you prepare is your study material. So these 3 things comes under the choice of books. And next comes, we have been only seeing as a subject topic like that. So I asked you in the beginning, know the pattern of the question paper. What is the importance of knowing the pattern of question paper? You know, when we are preparing, even that also matters. Here you are seeing 3 divisions of the question paper. Okay, so this is long essay. clinical features, diagnosis, treatment of iron deficiency anemia is answered the long question, long essay question. It carries about 10 marks. So what you'll do, you have to classify all the anemias based on different criteria. You have some 2-3 classifications for that, and then you have to just restrict to iron deficiency anemia for the clinical features, diagnosis, and treatment. So this is the question completion. So to cover all this, you require about 20-30 lines of the theory you have to put in. So for this 10 marks question, minimum 20 lines, 30 lines of the theory will be covered. And you can see the same thing, iron deficiency anemia, investigations and treatment question in the short essay. It is in the 4th short essay question is showing the same thing, iron deficiency anemia and the investigation treatment. Here also we have seen, like, see, treatment is asked here, okay, investigations, that is the diagnosis. So the same, even you are preparing for one long essay, you just see what are all answers in the short essay. So how much you have to remember for the short essay, because you can't keep on putting everything for the long essay and the short essay. You should, frame the answers in such a way based on the marks allotted. For this, only 5 marks are there. So you need not write 20-30 lines, because they ask you only investigations and treatment. 3-4 investigations and 5 treatment suggestions, and like maybe one small introduction also, like what is iron deficiency anemia. You have to just like give an introduction in the beginning of the answer. That makes up an answer for the short essay. So you're done with it. So 5 marks, minimum you'll get 4 marks if you include everything there. So on long essay, when you're preparing for 10 marks, you're getting 4 marks bonus here. And when it comes to the same question, like treatment of the iron deficiency anemia, they have asked in the 10th short note question here, iron deficiency anemia, 4 common causes. They have mentioned 4 common causes, half mark for each cause. So what do you know, 4 common causes? What is the etiology? So 4 causes for the iron deficiency anemia put in, you get all the 2 marks. So there is no bargain in the short note question. So always, whenever we are attempting, you can start with the short notes as much as, the marks are cancelled. If you have to gain the marks, you have to, this is just like, it will give you marks just like that. So hit the arrow, you got a point in your pocket, like that it is. So bleeding time, just describe it, you get it off. What is bleeding time? What is the value of bleeding time? Where it is going abnormal, if you write, oh, more than enough. 2 ka 2 to aapke paas. Like that it will be. Short notes are like quick gaining of the marks. So always you can attempt of all the short notes in the beginning. If you know it, it is really good. You'll be very confident. Okay, 10 into 2 marks, 20 marks are already with you. And next comes the short essays. So short essays, maybe 5 or 6 or depending on whatever university it is, they will ask you. So 5 short essays, okay. So there are about 6 short essays usually. They will be asking 6 into 5, 30 marks. So it will be like each answer requires around 8 to 10 minutes with you. Maybe like if you're having 6, okay, half an hour, like 1 hour you can just contribute for this. And half an hour for this, 1 hour for this. So 1.5 hours is over here. Or you can go with 1.5 hours here and half an hour here, 2 hours. So 1 more hour is left with you for the long essay. So in that you divide for the long essay, you can give some half an hour for each essay. How much ever you write, only 10 marks is the maximum limit. So you'll be getting for 10, 8 is the maximum or 9 is the max. So for that you can spend 1 hour. Here you can spend in the short essays 1.5 hours. And in the short notes, you can just finish off in the half an hour. If you know it will be in the 20 minutes only essay. So it is very good that you have a mindset. You have a framing of the time. See, time planning is there from the beginning. I have been stressing only time from the beginning, because time is a matter of concern, whether to learn the subject, whether to present the subject, or whether to gain the marks. So everywhere time has got its key application. So this is how the question bank helps you. Here you get a good idea. What are the questions from this? See, you can't see so many questions when you pick up the individual question papers. Here every question paper is given from all the top universities. Okay, fine, hematology. These are the questions asked. What are the questions asked? Anemia is there. Etiological factors of different megaloblastic anemia, iron deficiency anemia, aplastic anemia, polycythemia vera, myeloid leukemia, factors of eosinophilia is there, agranulocytosis. And like this, there are so many things. And bleeding diastasis. You might not have been heard about this word, because here it comes. You just go check back what it is. That's it. That's the importance of collecting the questions. And next comes the short essays. Okay, from this, how many types they asked? Complications of blood transfusion they asked. Clinical features of hemolytic anemia they asked. So you have to give attention. Like one disease you can take and pick out this and put under this section. It will be very easy for you to frame your answers and remember the subject. So this way, a question bank or like a collection of the question papers will help you. Knowing pattern of the question paper is very, very important, because whatever you study, until unless you don't present in a proper way, there is no meaning. Maybe we have the knowledge, we know the everything, but to put it onto the paper is very, very important for you to gain the marks. And this is how, like, whatever we have seen, see, when hemophilia is asked as a short essay. In that same short essay, you can see this colored box here, in the background with the color. They highlighted it to show you that this part is asked for the short note. So when you are studying for the short essay, in their hand in hand, you can read a short note here. And see, like all this classification of anemia, according to cause, according to morphology, everything falls at one place. So whatever section they asked for the short note, you can pick from here, you can put there. So this is how, like, the QRS will help you more better way, because yes, you have knowledge, you have studied everything, but when it comes to assembling, when it comes to framing the answers, it requires some art. Art of presentation, art of preparation is always very, very essential. So this is how it helps you. And as I discussed already, we should know how much to cover in the topic, like based on how many marks the question is asked for. Don't keep on writing because you know something about it. Don't fill the papers and papers. You are given certain marks, you are asked certain limit of the answer for that. See, causes, clinical features of acute nephritis. Here there is a question in short essay. So don't go on giving the treatments and all those things. Just write causes, etiology, clinical features. There ends your answer. That's all. So that is how you have to determine how much to write. And here they ask you diuretics. Just write what are the diuretics you know. Okay. And so this is how you have to choose your answer. If it is a long essay, elaborated. Short essay, it should be little elaborated, and then short notes, very short and simple. That's all. So this is how marks categorization will help you to think how much to put on the paper. So long essays carry 10 marks. So literally you write whatever you know. Short essays have only 5 marks with them. Then short note carries only 2 marks. So whatever they are, don't keep on writing. Just ask what they do. I mean, like what they expected from that. So marks, getting the marks is very simple for you. So this way, I hope this planning should be there with you when you are preparing subjects. So as I told you, choices are many, but making your own choice depends how you like it. So make your own choice. What to study first and how to study, I have already shown you. What you have to start with, how you have to club them, how much you have to study. But now you have to love what you study. Love your drink. I don't mean you drink your drink. I mean you love your study. What you want to study. You want to study a single subject like this, you can happily enjoy it like this. You want to mix and match, as I have explained you can have like this. So discover a drink that is made for you. You have to discover what is this combination you want to go with. So if you really prefer to individually read a subject, yes, you are okay with that, you read it. When you are reading the next subject, try to apply there. Or you can mix and match and read. When you mix and match and read, the comparison will give you a great idea into the subject. That's what I mean by this picture. I really loved it. So I just came across in the morning. I thought this really suits us, right? So plain you can have, combination you can have. The choices are always yours. I just suggested that the choices yours. Love your subject, not love your drink. Love your subject. This is all about the theory exams. But okay, fine. So practical exam, as I told you, practical exam doesn't require a separate preparation. It is just make some key points with you and remember all the specimens or the spotters they show you. Even if you miss in the last day, usually in the protocol in the colleges is last but when they call this for the spotters day and they show everything and tell 3-4 points about each instrument they show or whatever. That day they will tell, oh, this is right angle, this is straight, this is like this. We'll try to identify as many features as possible to remember them. Not required. Just on the day when you go itself, like you can ask them to show you or in between sometime you can see them. So that you'll have a choice to again and again see those instruments. But usually, I don't know, they follow the protocol like last but one day of that exam. Just before exam, they call into this model. That's not actually perfect. But if you happen to get a chance to see the spotters or specimens in the beginning, it will be great. Until you move in the department, you can give attention to those spotters daily. Try to know some common cases usually kept for the long case and short case in case of the medicine and the surgery department. I mean, like daily, we'll be asked to take the cases, we'll be asked to present the cases and all. Do it in the proper way. Nicely follow the protocol as it is given in your clinical text and do so that it will become a habit for you. There is no proper, I mean, like there is no special preparation for that. And next, practicing case history writing in the examination is an art, because you have to remember all the side heads properly and go about the same scheme. Don't change the order, because they are designed to ask the patient in that manner so that we don't skip any of the same signs or symptoms or any complaints from the patient. So this is a practical exam preparation. So key points of the subject or whatever I have given at the back of the QR is every top, I mean like every subject at the end we have given. You can solve some MCQs, you can see those Viva questions, you can see key points. So almost 70% of it will be covered, 70 to 80% of it will be covered in those points only. And rest you should have the good knowledge of your subject. And remember the specimens, try to, I mean like what is, like try to see them if you get a chance to see in the beginning of your posting. Try to know some normal regular cases and practice them properly by writing the case history and present it boldly when you are posted for the medicine surgery, so that it will ease your job. And you become what you study. That is always there. It's the saying by the Robert Kiyosaki. It is you become what you study, or you, I mean like you get back what you sowed. Same like that. So key take-home points from this talk, and I'll tell you this is very simple exam. Third year is very simple exam and like sweet, lovely, like you have a leisure time, only one subject, oral pathology, with a good weightage. So nothing much to set a goal. Setting goal is nothing like you clear the exam. That's the first goal. Or you bang some medals, or you bang some gold medals, silver medal, or like whatever trophies they have announced in your university. That's your goal. Goals depend, I mean like vary according to your choices. Okay, for someone to clear exam, first goal is clear exam. Next comes systematic skimming of the topic, as we discussed all through this talk. And associated reading, engaging all your senses. What does this mean? What are the senses? Sight, smell, sound, all those things. You might be wondering what the senses will help in the exam preparation. Exactly, it will help. What is the sight? A visual placement of information in the textbook, or think in the picture, or make the mind map. So when you are seeing a textbook, always make it a habit. In the text, what are the flow charts you have? What are the diagrams they have given? And like what is the, I mean, like flow of the text in that? So visual placement of the information in the textbook, or when you write up on a paper, make a mind map of it. So visual placement of information in the textbook, thinking about the picture and making your own mind maps or flow chart, something like that will leave an impression of the subject on you wonderfully, I think. And sound. In sound, what way it will help us? I mean, I don't mean keeping some music and reading the subject. No, not refreshing sounds. These sounds are helping somebody else, sharing and caring for the people around you. I mean, your seniors and juniors. If they are seniors, you discuss your subject with them. If they're your juniors, you try to explain or teach them something. This will automatically help you also. Telling and retelling makes you remember the things more better. And then writing. Writing always, I keep stressing from the beginning. Make a small note. You scribble some points for you. You make a small notes of it. So it will be helping you. For the memorizing quick. See, today you have read a chapter thoroughly. Tomorrow, if you don't forget it, you tend to forget. Like you will remember, but a little bit you tend to. Daily there will be a lot of memory, a little bit. So allow that not to happen. For that reason, just write your small note quickly. Revise through those points whenever you study the next topic. So that will really wonderfully help you. So your sight, your sound, and your calligraphy, your writing skills, all of them will help you beautifully in your preparation. And then critical reading. Critical reading in the sense, don't just sit for somebody's sake to read. You just make your own mind, you just make your own comfortable environment. When you feel like reading, just sit up. Sit with full attention and actively involved, so that the subject will be grasped very fast, quick, and like it will leave an impression for a long time. Repeated study. As I have been stressing, repeated study is just today you are reading the full text. Make a small note of it, read it on the next day. Like that, at least once in a while, whenever you have time left, just take out the small scribbled notes and just go through that. It will refresh the subject. Then condense and simplify the subject. That what is the same thing? I mean, like same. as you are putting in a different word, it sounds different, but condensing and simplifying it, as I told you, site writing and all those things. When you make one mind map or you make a flow chart, something like that, just simply that answer, you just put it in one like flow chart. It will leave very good impression. Instead of remembering the sentences, if you put in the small words, only 3-4 points. Okay, clinical features, 3. I mean, like etiology. This is the cause, this is the cause. 3 causes, 3 clinical features, 3 radiographic features, 3 treatment modalities. Like that, you remember. It will be wonderful. Okay, so condense and simplify the subject so that it will stay with you for a long time. And finally comes quick review series. We have been talking about this in between of this my talk. In what way this helps you? Really wonderfully it helps you. Because as I told you, general medicine, general surgery, all are elaborated medical subjects. So if you want to study them in a concise manner, better you have to see them in the form of the question and answer. So questions of each subject are arranged in the chapter-wise manner here. Under each chapter again, the questions are grouped into 3 varieties. As I've shown you on the pictures, long essay, short notes. You have 3 different varieties of the question patterns. And the originality of the questions is not changed here. Along with the university name, along with the appearing year, I have given the question banks also in the same original way. If it is asked 3 different patterns, we have given all the 3 different patterns. So that whatever is the question, your answer remains the same. And then comes year of examination is always helpful, like how many times it is repeated or not. And then comes the flowcharts, figures, tables, everything was properly arranged. As I have told you about the census, here also we have applied in the same way. The significance of this book lies in the schematic and the precisely answered questions for all the universities. We have covered from north till the down south and north to east to west. Every part of the India we have not left, because everywhere you go, dentistry remains the same. So it's really a good combination of all the subjects put in a very easy way, because even if you are busy all throughout the year, I am here to help you to pass your exam. But I'm telling you, don't take examination of examination. Just study the subject for the sake of your practice for the lifetime. I hope this session will be helping you to come out with the flying colors in your examination. And don't forget this pattern. Even if you go to the final year, the pattern remains the same. So, but then the combination permutations are still more. You will not get the time to club the subjects with the 5. I bet you. You cultivate this habit in your 3rd year, you will be able to apply a little in your final year. That too, if you practice from the beginning of the year. But make this habit, it will be really awesome. It will be wonderful for you to read the subject. And you won't be panicked for all the 8 subjects you are going to see in the final year. And finally, you can get this book as it is shown in the slide. Amazon is always at your doorstep to serve you this book. Okay? If any queries, please, I'll be ready to answer in the next few minutes.
Thank you, Dr. Rao. It was very insightful session, and thank you for guiding our participants on how to prepare for their exams. So we have received the Q&A from the participants here, which I will read to you one by one.
Okay.
So, ma'am, the first common questions which maximum of the students have asked is, they say that they are unable to concentrate due to the corona and they can't follow their study routine. So if you can share some tips on how to focus well and concentrate on the studies.
Corona is a common cause now. As I told you to club everything, they have really applied it very fast, Priyanka, to tell you. Corona is only disturbing today.
Yeah.
It was not disturbing for the last past so many months.
Yeah, so
Okay.
corona is basically, yeah.
When the corona has come? March.
Yes, definitely. Anyways, concentration has been a problem for all the students always.
Right. That's why I told you, in one of the points, you just stick to study when you can concentrate. When you want to pass your exam. Because when you really love the subject, you will concentrate. If you have the good teachers, concentration just comes like that. I'm not joking. If you love the teacher, you love the subject. Okay? You start loving what you are, your concentration gets back, I promise. And for corona, we have to wait for a vaccine to come. There's no go for the corona. Or otherwise, keep sanitizing the hands, keep following all the protocols so that you'll be little feeling safe in the home. And just don't go out of the home until your exams are announced. Okay, maybe if the DCI plans for their online exams, it will be still better. No, that is not the thing. Concentration, usually, I'll tell you, they have to make it up. Well, like concentration, see, you are disturbed by some factors. It's not corona, it is a girlfriend or boyfriend. I should not be telling that, but I'm telling you, you start seeing this subject for the application throughout the lifetime. So you be little oriented towards your, like subject to apply it in the practice, because now you won't be realizing. As a third year student, I don't expect them to see that what I'll be applying this in the practice, because even as a third year student, I know what mindset we have. We don't know where is the implication of this subject. We just read them as a subject. That's all. That is the reason. Like it is really thankful to you people like Elsevier for conducting such a webinar, because it is nobody will tell in our course. I'm promising you, none of us got to know application of it till we came out to practice. Especially in my PG period, I started analyzing all this. Oh God, if somebody would have taught us like this is the application of this subject going to be in your practice, we would have been having a good concentration from the beginning of the student days. Because clinical postings are meant to concentrate on the patient, come and read the same thing what you have seen in the clinic in the textbook. So if they have a very good clinical session, they will definitely gain the concentration to come and read the textbook, I promise. I don't know how many of them have a good facility to see the patient. That's a major thing, you know. I hope I'm clear for that, Priyanka.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So, moving on to the next question. This question also is asked by multiple students here. So they're asking you how to manage the time during the time of exam. So they are also tensed and they have to answer multiple questions. So what should be the approach and how to manage the time during
Right,
the
that is
exam?
what we were talking, so they are not concentrating. Here itself is a concentration lacking. See, we discussed, you remember? I told you,
Yeah,
there are
yes.
10 marks questions, there are 5 marks questions, there are 2 marks questions. What did I say? I asked them to start with the 2 marks, because criteria for the exam is to pass. To pass, you have to gain 35 marks. In that, usually if it is a 100-mark question paper, they'll get 10 from the internal, there is no addition from this. But in the 70-mark paper, they used to have an addition from the internal, from the college will send some 10 marks, and from the Viva voice, 20 marks will be added to the paper. So from there only half marks they'll be allotted for passing. So there is no tension in the passing exam. So definitely when they have to approach, they start approaching from the short note so that they gain off 20 marks there. Let's take 20 ka 20 15 they'll get off there. And next comes your 5 marks questions. You concentrate 10 minutes, 15 minutes for those 5 to 6 questions. Usually in some universities 5 questions, somewhere it will be 6 questions. So 5 into 10, 10, 10. So 15 minutes means 1 hour there. So 1.5 hours, so you can have extra 1/2 an hour also there with your short essay questions. So lot of gaining marks program just gets over here. Almost the pass marks will be gained in the short essay section and the short note question. So first start attempting with the short note, then go for the short essays, and finally write the long essays. Because how much ever you write, you are writing for only 20 marks. So you tabulate like 20 marks for 20 minutes. If not, half an hour. Half an hour for one long essay, half an hour for one long essay. In that also you take a choice. Whichever is your favorite question, start attempting first. So that it will be very impressive. You may get 8 or 9 or like 10 on 10, very rarely we give. But 9 is a pakka. You'll get off 9 marks there. So how much it is? Only you're getting 8, 16 marks there, and rest of the marks are gained from the short essays and short notes. So always start with the short notes, short essays, and then come to the long essays. So half an hour for the short notes, 1.5 hour, 1 hour for the short essays, and then rest of the time for the long essays. So depends how quick you answer the short notes and short essays. Rest of the time will be remaining for the 2 long essays. So it is easy for you to divide the time. Usually half an hour for short notes, 1.5 hour for the short essays, 2 hours get over. 1 hour is left with you. 2 long essays, half an hour each, half an hour each. In that one you may be knowing very better. Write that first, you may take some 40 minutes there also, no problem. In 20 minutes, the other question you can answer. But never leave a question unattempted. Though that will also sometimes, if you are just going by 0.5 marks or 1 mark, you may get 1 mark for that, whatever you know about the question you write. So this is a simple tip, like this is not a very useful, but I'll tell you sometimes we desperately want to pass, only 0.5 marks will be losing. So where to put that 0.5 marks? At least if you attempt this question right and 1 or 2 sentences relevant to that, you'll get off. So passing is very, very easy. And this time planning will definitely make your exam very smooth and easy. There's no tension in exam. Why exam tension? When you prepare this way, there is no tension in exam. When if you start following this method, I'll tell you your final year will be a smooth journey for you. This is nothing. Third year is really leisure. No tension. Third year, it is a honeymoon. You enjoy it. Don't get tense. Fine?
Yes, thank you, ma'am. I'm sure your tip will be helpful for them. Ma'am, there is one student who want to ask specifically to on how to manage neoplasm, because there are so many things correlating with each other and it is difficult to remember it as a whole.
No, not like that. I'll tell you this session, we can just tell them how to prepare and all. Okay, I'll tell you, it is not nothing great in that. Neoplasm is, like your malignant lesion. What happens, there is a classification, TNM classification. First, they have to know which stage it belongs to. Okay, all the neoplasms will not go for the same treatment. So, based on the TNM classification, there will be stage. Based on the stages, you'll have the different treatment. Because in the beginning, just a simple chemotherapy and all will be doing. Sometimes chemo, radio together we have to give if it passes to the next stage. Depending on the stage and depending on the response, the treatment will be changing for the neoplasm. Okay, and finally, the last stages they'll combine all the things: chemotherapy, radiotherapy, surgery, everything. But I'll tell you, neoplasms, whatever you do, it is always a palliative therapy. So this elaborately, you have to make a order of treatment for that. So it is just not the thing what I discussed across the seminars for you to deal with it. In case if this question has to be answered, definitely I'll give you all the guidelines through your personal mail also, not a problem. But this, you should have a knowledge of all the stages, classification. That is the reason I'm telling you, correlate your medicine with surgery and everything. Why? Because some things will be enough with the medical treatment, whereas some stages will go with the surgical treatment. So it is a varied modality. What do you say? The level of lymph node involvement. So many criteria will be taken into that. So it is a very big flow chart. Based on the stage, based on the response, we have to decide the therapy for the neoplasm. I think it should be helpful, but just try it. In case if you're still facing a difficulty, we'll send you a mail. In case if you're still not able to answer, just follow it with one of the faculty or any knowledgeable person you come across. But that is the way you have to go about. But this is a very early stage for you to think in so many terms. So when you are posted for the surgery itself, they will help you out with this. Or I will send you a personal mail also.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, in our next question, the students have asked that apart from the common topics that you have mentioned in your presentation, we understand they are important, but are there any other specific topics, the must-know topics that we should focus on while preparing for all these three subjects?
Yeah, definitely, because they are not to be left out. When you see the table of contents, you'll have, I told you, around 15-20 topics are there. Everything, all the topics are equally important. I just showed these topics because you will conserve the time. It's not that these are the only topics to read. Please don't be in the wrong illusion that these are the topics to read. They are the topics to combine and read. Rest of the topics are equally important. In every subject, you'll have one or two topics with the less weightage, but rest of the topics will have equal importance. Don't do that mistake. I have concentrated only on the combining topics. All the topics are equally important in all the subjects. See, when you take oral pathology, Schaefer, starting from the developmental disturbances of oral cavity till forensic odontology, the last topic, 21 topics are there in the Schaefer. All 21 are equally important. Don't skip anything. Only forensic, because you get some short notes only, you can give a less weightage. That's all. All other 20 are equally important. Don't skip anything. Oh, this is a great question, Priyanka. Really, it has opened my eyes. I will always be telling only club, read. So they are going in a wrong way, like only clubbing and reading will do the thing. No. The individual topics, you have to read it individually, but the subjects which matches, better to read 3, so that you will get application in each subject. All same topics, different applications in 3 subjects will complete the answer. Even when you are presenting in any subject, it will help you. So that's the great idea of telling you to club the subject. You have to read all the topics. Because see, in the medicine and all, you have all the systems, GIT, nervous system, urogenital system, all the systems. Equally they are important. Don't ignore anything. These are the topics, read in common, so that you conserve the time. Rest of the time, you allot to the individual topic. In that also, the weightage is not going like this. The important topics weightage is different. This is only clubbing topics. Weightage topic means see, as you open the general surgery, we'll tell you peptic ulcer, some GIT, nervous system, paralysis, hemiplegias and all they'll be asking you. When you go to the cardiovascular system, respiratory system, they're all great topics. Please don't avoid those because major questions will be coming from respiratory system. I mean, like that is the cardiovascular system, CVS, respiration, urogenital system, GIT. They're all very equally important. Please don't ignore that. You have to read all the systems. Okay. I think I hope what I told is not confusing. Only club similar chapters. Rest of the chapters you have to go with their weightage. Always important topics in medicine means they start with cardiovascular system. Cardiovascular, respiratory, GIT, and then nervous system, urogenital system. All this flow in a good important manner. You'll be daily given the diseases of liver, jaundice, ascites. Oh God, don't forget all this because daily you see a case of ascites in the medicine and surgery ward. They will show you all the heart murmurs, everything, recording the pulse. What are the various type of the pulses? If you really posted for a very good hospital for the general medicine, I'll tell you whatever is described in the clinical methods of the medical books, you can see it on the bed. You can see in every patient. I have passed out from Osmania Medical College, where like we are being taught medicine in the Osmania Medical College. I'll tell you, whatever we used to see in the Hutchinson clinical methods of the medicine book, we used to see on the bed. Every pulse is felt, every heart sound they made us listen. So that is teaching of the medicine. And there was a great teacher, Spoka Mahalakshman Rao, one great surgeon was there. Awesome teacher. If he teaches pleomorphic adenoma, till date I remember 3 hours of the lecture, none of us blinked our eyes. We just forgot. Like he started teaching from anatomy till the treatment. So that is the way of reading. That is clubbing and reading. Now you have passed first and second year. So you should be knowing the anatomy of all these diseases also. So anatomy is taught to apply here. So this is always a clubbing. I'm telling you, you are not a BSc or a graduate, normal technical graduate. You are the medical professional reading all the subjects to apply till your lifetime practice. Please remember this. This will make you a good doctor. Fine. I hope I'm very clear, Priyanka.
Yes, ma'am, very clear. And thank you for sharing all these insights. Ma'am, we have a lot of other questions as well, but looking at the time, I think we should wrap up the session today. And I will send you the list of all the questions later by email and we can answer them.
Yeah, definitely.
Ma'am, is there anything else, your last, any comments you want to say before we wrap up?
Yeah, please don't ignore any topic. Read all the topics and just club the common topics and fare well in your examinations. All the best from my side for your coming examinations. And COVID is not coming in the way of exams. Please forget about the COVID. Just concentrate on your exam. All the best.
Thank you, Dr. Rao. Thank you all the participants. Just as a small note, a recording of this session and the certificates of participation will be shared with you in a few days through email. So thank you